Rich girls that like have BPD and they like just like live their whole life like checking in and out of like, mental health research centers. They just like spend their whole life like that. It's sort of like the eternal student. There's also like people who like check themselves into school and like literally never check out. They just like go to school forever. Like get like one degree, then they, oh, I'm not done with this degree. Like I want to get like I want to have like a multifaceted degree. So I'm gonna go get back and get like my econ, and then after my econ, I'm gonna get my biz admin, and then I'm gonna get my marketing. I can't do a double major. I can't double up like that. It's just like way too much stress for me. But like I really feel like I just need this like breath and like this width in like my college life, and like it's like they literally like never like I think they want to like die in college. Like I think that's why they do that. They're like hoping like eventually like the life will stop and like they won't ever have to get a job. It's like they've like found like comfort in like becoming like a college student. For whatever reason they were like, oh my god, like this is it. Like I like this is like the best life ever for me. Like parents paying for my college, like basically living for free, like, so what if like I don't live like the most glamorous life? Like at least I don't have to like be an adult and like find a job, and like what if I'm a big disappointment at my job and like da da da. And so it's like they found like this sweet spot in college. So they literally like, just never leave. They never want to pay like their student loans back. Like they just like hope literally hope like they like magically like die in their sleep one night or something. Like they have cerebral edema, and then like that's it. I knew a girl that was like that actually, that had cerebral edema, and she died in college. I actually know a girl that like did that. It was my preschool teacher's daughter. So random. Like how like so like my mom's like in touch with like my preschool teacher. Like because I was like moved out of the house. I don't remember if she was older or younger than me, but she was somewhere close to my age. Yeah, and so she like was in college and she just didn't wake up. And she died of a burst blood vessel in the brain. It's called cerebral edema. Um, yeah, the map is coming alive again. People are like fighting again. I'm like so used to the map being alive that I don't even like it doesn't even like I don't even like think about it like really like the Egypt map. The Egyptian map is like coming alive again, like moms like it's like I have like this is the mom line, this is the dad line, this is the son, this is the daughter, and they like diagonally like they've been like diagonally fighting with each other. It's always like diagonally fighting with each other. It's never like, oh, let me, like travel to another place in time on the map, and like it's always just like a family feud, if you will. Bruh, I was thinking about like going to church and like stealing $10 from like the donation. Like, do you think I'd get caught? Like, I think I could do it like in a pretty like discreet manner where like I think I could do it in a pretty discreet manner where like I look like I'll ask my parents for like $1 and like I'll use like a sleight of hand and I'll like like I'll stick the dollar out of this hand while I'm slightly covering the bowl with this hand, So as I go into the bowl with my $1, I am aiming for the 10 and then I'm slightly grabbing it back as your glance is focused on me placing my $1 in and done. What do you guys think? Do you think it'll work? And then I can go buy another pack of my Velos pouches for $6 um, with church money because it's my church, right, guys? Didn't you guys say it's my church? Like, you're like, ugh, Alyssa, I'm not taking off my cross. Like, what do all my rainbow babies wear? All my rainbow babies, they all wear the God damn it, I can't think of her fucking name. Um, I can see her face and like everything, but they wear like my logo around their neck. Victoria Beckham comes to mind, but it's not Victoria Beckham. It's fuck, I can't with the plaid. London Calling with the plaid, that fucking designer. Anyway, so they wear my logo around their neck, okay? That's what they wear. All the rainbow kids. They don't wear crosses around their neck. They wear the 5D portal necklace that was drawn by my grandmother because she knows her shit and she's a good person, but she didn't hand over, like, be like, oh, this is my daughter's kingdom, like, whatever. Like, she messed up a little bit there, and now she's like surfing around in babies, like, because there's really no way in and no way out. She got reincarnated, so like, but she can like. I only saw my one grandma, my mom's mom, do that. I never saw my dad's grandmom do that, but it's my dad's grandmom that drew this. I'm not saying she can't do that. I'm just saying that they might have different jobs. They might have different jobs. And so my grandmom like goes in and out of like the babies. She like flies in and out of the babies. Um, her job is more like queen reptilian. I know that's like really confusing because I'm the queen. Like, why am I calling my grandmother the queen if I'm the queen? It is also Queen Elizabeth, but it's not confusing for us. It's really not that confusing for us. I don't really know why it's that confusing for the general public. Also, Vera Wang. Yeah, it's not Vera Wang. Anyway, they don't wear. I can't think of like my. They must be getting updated. I can't think of my grandmom's names right now. I can't think of the Vogue editor's name either. So that grandma must be getting updated right now because I can't think of any of their names. So anyway, they were like, we wear a cross because it's the cross of Alyssa, like, leave us alone. Like, and they like showed me on the map, like, okay, well, they're not even like places drawn on the map. So like, I don't know. The closest places to them would be, I can't even read my writing. Would be Future Earth and of the Stars, I think. King of the Stars. It was called like Star Kingdom or something like that. I totally forgot like what it was called, but like Thor, like Kingdom of the Stars. Kingdom of the Stars. And Kingdom of Space, like the Kingdom of Future Earth. And then that's Pleiades up there, or Venus. And then, see, that's what y'all talk about is Venus, Pleiades, and Taygeta, or Tigrita, because they're all. So, anyway, Nothing seems to be working, so they're reaching back to her. Yeah, they're reaching back to me. They're starting to walk in. Um, we have no idea why nothing's working. Like, I'm literally begging like humanity to listen to me and like come clean and like talk to me out loud. And like nobody wants to do that. And like everybody kind of just wants to like show off and like say stupid words to me still. And it's like, when are you guys gonna learn your lesson? Like when? When really is the question. So anyway, so they walked in this morning again. It's like dripping in right now. The space bubble's like dripping in, and my head was like immediately inflamed. Like it felt like super itchy all over, and I could tell that they were walking in because of that, which is like dripping in like a demonic invasion, by the way, dripping in an alien invasion. Um, but yeah, so you guys like want to say like, oh, it's Alyssa's church, you know, like we're saved. It's Alyssa's church. Like we know it says Jesus on the fucking door, but like we know it's Alyssa's church and we're saved and we want you to leave us alone. It's like, okay, then I'm gonna go steal $10 out of the donation freaking jar because I'm hearing this over walls. So that means I should be allowed to steal from my own goddamn church and steal because it's my church. That means I'm not stealing. That means it's my money. So I should be able to be like, oh, $10 for my Velo pouches. Thank you. I'll come back next week for another $10, you know. Since you guys supposedly really know who God is and you're really worshiping God here, it shouldn't be a problem. They're like, I can't wait for that day, Alyssa, when you're actually that angry. You start doing that stuff out loud. You know, it's like crazy that you like have the balls to even say that to me at this point. Miss Jessica Jason. It's like amazing that you even have like the ball. Like, it's even amazing that like you have like the like vocal cords, I think they're called. Like, it's amazing that you even have like vocal cords at this point. Like, how do you even like talk when you have no vocal cords, Jessica Jason? Like, how do they even talk? Okay, guys, I'll tell you about the doll download, which is like probably gonna like freak out so many people. You know, David Lynch was like really awesome, and I did mention that, and I do think we did lose a really good one. And I under like we're all kind of starting to go crazy right now, right? Because they're all starting to walk in a little bit. So I think that we all are starting to go a little bit crazy. And he was obviously a really good one. And yeah, it's like another one bites the dust. Like, here we go again. Like, another Alyssa bites the dust. Like, we had a bad year, and another Alyssa bites the dust. And we're probably going to go crazy because of it. Um, it's like 3D, like, you know, thinks they're like immaculate and like, you know. Okay, so the doll download. We might have a doll downstairs, but I don't know if we do or not. So I was just going to use a brush. Do you guys want me to get a doll? Let me see if we have one. Everyone is being quiet, so I'm just gonna use Fresh's doll. This is Fresh's new doll. Fresh got 2 new dolls, and he has one downstairs right now. And this is another one of his dolls. Okay, it's not exactly like a Disney princess or something, but you guys can understand it. Come on, you can understand it. Why would you even say that? Okay, maybe. Um, okay, guys, so the problem is that when we have a bad year, we lose Team Alyssa. Okay, didn't we have like a really bad year last year? So we might lose, who knows? Like, who knows what's going to happen, guys? But that's definitely. Anyway, oh, I got a new superpower last night. I got really angry at TikTok, at a TikTok on TikTok for existing and for using um, my juice in a very negative way. And I just went like this, and like my whole room, like around me, like I emanated uh, bright orange color. Like for it, like my whole room turned bright orange, but it emanated from me, and it emanated from me going like this. So it was like a brand new like superpower, and I did it like 3 or 4 times. So that's gonna help fight the opposite direction. Okay, so I guess it's like a new superpower, and sometimes I don't answer questions, like that's just the way it goes. Okay. Pauline, Claudine, INE, like why would you ever name your kid like with INE, like Maxine? If I had a little girl, I don't think I'd name her Maxine. Like I think I'd name her Max or Maximus or something like awesome like that, or Maxie. There's Maxi. Like Maxie is like really really cute. I wouldn't name her Maxine. Claudine, Pauline, what else? Jadine. Um, like I never would name like my child like that. I think those are like really weird names. And like, what are you doing with your life? Like, again, like finding a trend. Like, um, Laline, Sabine. Oh, Sabine. Sabine's a good one actually. Okay, because there's no like Sab. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like Maxine, Claudine, Pauline. It's like you just take like a real name and then you just add like INE on the end and you're like, oh, it's like a name, like no, Sabine is like actually like that's a good one. Like that's actually a pretty name, Sabine. Like that's a really cool name. Like it's not that hard to like understand what a good name is and what a bad name is. Okay. Anyway, so the doll download was I saw like a little boy playing with like a little doll, like a little Barbie doll, and then he put the Barbie doll down, and then the Barbie doll became a woman of consciousness in the fucking world. In the world. So like she was like a person that like had a corporate job and like a corporate paycheck and a life, and she has to like balance her checkbook and pay her taxes and like perhaps get a man and perhaps like have a house and perhaps have a baby and stuff like that. And this little child, this little like 1, 2 year old child was like literally playing with her doll self. And then I just saw like a bunch of like kids like playing with Barbies and being like, meh, 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 like talking through the fucking Barbie. And the Barbie being like a literal person on TV, like on the news, like talking. And I think like when their black eyes start bleeding or whatever, it's because the kid's going like this. You see how the black guy like starts doing that, and the black guys are going like, I mean, talk about a sick, twisted joke of the universe, right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Like you think you're like having like this important conversation that like you plan for in like MSNBC, and like you're really like having like a 2 year old toddler like talk through you, and he's like saying the speech like this out loud with his mouth, making you talk like this. He's shaking you around to indicate that you're speaking, and your eyes are black bleeding on camera because of it. Is that impossible, guys? What I speak of, is it impossible? It is that sad. It is like so sad. It is that sad, guys. Vivian Westwood. Yes, I got it. That's the one who drew my logo. But I forgot to put me in my castle before she passed. Anna Wintour. Okay, their updates are coming because now I can remember their names. Um, yeah, that download is pretty um puke worthy. I know, guys. Anyway, that's what I saw. So, take it or leave it. Oh, Chris is jumping into a pool. He looks very buff. Looks like back in his captain. Yeah, back in his captain days. He's kind of like Claire because he's super athletic. All the fun times taken from us, but like, yeah, don't take us seriously or anything. I was just thinking how Claire was like an amazing cheerleader and how like Chris would have spotted her, you know, like out in the yard or whatever. We would have done flips and everything. But that was taken away from us, wasn't it, Claire? Because I wasn't allowed to marry Chris Evans. Am I allowed to marry Chris Evans today? Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, there you go. Immediate gratification as soon as he comes over my house. Right, Chris? Right, Chrissy? They just love us together. They just love the king and the queen together. They're like, Alyssa, look, don't be afraid to look, don't be afraid to look. Like, well, I just love watching like my will be like demolished right in front of my face, and you guys know that my energy loves it too. Like, is it my will to like not accept Chris as like the king on earth. No, that's not my will. Okay. I should be allowed to marry Chris Evans, and I don't care. Did I tell you guys about the jealousy and stuff that happened during that time? I don't remember if I told you guys about the jealousy and stuff about that time, but like I remember like okay, so like around the time when like I was like texting Chris on Instagram or like before I was texting him, I don't know. I don't remember. But like I was like okay, like I remember like being like okay, like I think I have to marry my dad like on earth to like I just remember having that thought. So I was like okay, let me pick one. I was like I'll pick Chris. And um then like I put my phone down and I was like okay, I pick Chris. Waiting for Chris to text me and being like, hello, Chris, like any day now, like, why aren't you texting me? Like, I know you want to ask me out on a date. I'm not stupid. I am very psychic. And he, like, wouldn't text me and, like, ask me out on a date or whatever. So I think then I texted him. I was like, maybe I need to let him know, like, he's not crazy. Like, I will date you, Chris Evans, you know? Of course, all of like the farmers' wives all hear that and they all start like hitting on him right away. And like he had that whole Lizzo scandal, and it's like, and I had to like call out Lizzo, like, look at Chris and look at you, Lizzo. Like, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to body shame or anything, but like, there's a certain, like, I think like you should be included into life as like a morbidly obese person. However, if you enjoy abs, and if you enjoy good looks, a good facial, you know, like a good facial structure, as well as like abs, as well as like being like completely like dominant in the movie world, as well as having like the best personality ever, you know, as well as like being like the finest man on earth. And like, it's like you think like, it's like you're not an equal in like any way, shape, or form. In like any way, shape, or form, including your morbid obesity, including that, not just because of that, but like including that, you know. And it's just like so rude. It's like really rude, and it like puts like people in like awkward spots and stuff like that when like you like um hit on someone like way above your pay grade or whatever, and it's like you really need to like stay in your, this is like back to like the whole stalker situation, the whole stalker thing where like women just like completely like, do I want to act like a stalker in a few months? No. Of course I don't. Like, yes, of course I do. That was Gigi saying that. Go ahead, Gigi. Go ahead, Gigi. Go ahead and act like a stalker and let me not have to act like a stalker. I don't want to act like a stalker. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, do I have any pride? You know, like my dad was saying, like I have pride. I don't want to leave comments everywhere. I don't want to have to like do this or whatever because it's a life and death situation on planet Earth right now. And I'm literally trying to get people to listen to me. You know, it's like Don't Look Up with Jen, like, and she's like screaming, like, it's like that, you know, and like you don't want to like, you know, like you don't want to acknowledge it. And you just want to like spy on me and stalk me and like, you know, whatever. And, um, anyway, I'm just saying, like, during that time period, oh yeah, okay, so it was like I had like a frenemy, that was a woman that was my age, and she was like a friend of mine, and she was like totally listening in, and she totally started hating on me and Chris like right away, and was just like, I'm so jealous of women who get spoiled by like hot men. Like that's what I want. Like that's what I want. Like literally like didn't let me talk at all, like literally like just like shat all over my parade. And Chris literally said out loud with his mouth, he was like, I should not have ever let Heather affect me that much, and I should have hit on my goddamn wife. Like, does it affect our energy? Yeah. Yeah, it does. And now that was like 10 years ago today. That was a long ass time ago. That was probably 10 years ago. And here I am. Okay, and is Lizzo like the best person on earth? I mean, clearly, look, you know what I mean? Like, that's like the, it's like we desperately want out of our abusive relationships, point blank, period. And it's like planet Earth is like gung ho on like keeping us stuck in these drama abusive relationships no matter what we do, no matter where we go. And they're like gung ho on like not listening to the queen, and it's like driving us fucking crazy.